Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Christina, aka Pretty C. And on my channel, we do budgeting, also along with some side hustles and things of that nature. So I know it's been a little while. First, let's rewind. So one of my side hustles or one of my businesses that I have is I'm actually a notary public / loan signing agent for the state of New Jersey. So when I say / loan signing agent, so first you do have to become a notary public for your state. So first you become a notary public for your state, and then you're able to add on being a loan signing agent. If you don't know what a loan signing agent is, it's pretty much you're the one who walks the buyer, seller, refinance person, whatever they're doing with their loan to their house. You're actually the one who signs and notarizes the documentation so it can go to the public's office for registration. So somebody was like, in my last video that I posted about being a notary public, they wanted to know about fees. So what I do know, now I'm going off of based of what I know and what I read that is public knowledge. So when I first started being a notary public, we didn't have to have the journal book. We didn't have to have that. But I bought it anyway, just because I feel like it's better to have documentation of what you actually sign and notarize for people. But now, since then, we do have to have the book to be signed. Now, I want to pause real quick, because now what I'm referencing to right now, I'm referencing to General Notary Work. It's called GNW, General Notary Work. So what I'm referring to is General Notary Work. Maybe some people want to get like, let me think, an affidavit notarized. So you have to do that. But I'm going to say this also. The state of New Jersey, you can only charge $2.50 per page that you notarized. Now, since I believe they just changed the fee where it is now $5 each page that you notarized. Now, this is for general notary work. Now, New Jersey doesn't have restrictions on how much you can sign for like a signing fee, if that makes sense. Like, we're not restricted on how much we want to charge somebody for traveling. Now, you don't want to hit the person over the head or over the nose. Yes, gas prices are high, but if this is a business that you want to build, I wouldn't try to charge too much. Like, you might want to charge, I don't know, depending on the distance, you can calculate your rate per mileage and all that stuff. But I do know some people only charge, like, depending on how far I'm going, I probably sometimes only charge $20 to $25. Now, that's your mileage fee. So you have to be set at New Jersey standards as far as the $2.50 or the $5. I believe it's $5 now. Don't quote me. I should know, but I don't really do too much general notary work. I do more so loan signings, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. But for general notary work, that is, your affidavits, maybe some child support paperwork somebody wants to get notarized. Now, you can do general notary work for a plethora of things. You could do general notary work for, what's the thing? I'm drawing a blank right now, but I just got off work, if y'all can't tell. So I was like, let me do this video while I have some time today. So pretty much I'm just talking based off of general notary work. General notary work, New Jersey does have a set fee where per page that you notarize, I believe right now, 2022, I believe it's $5 per page that you sign. So you figure $5 per page plus your gas mileage, you're only making $30 off of general notary work. That's why I said that the big bucks is in the loan signing agent. So if you're a notary public, I would stress to becoming a loan signing agent. But yes, you have to be a notary public first, and then you can add on becoming a loan signing agent. I did both through the NNA, but I also did take Mark's Will loan signing system course. I did take that also. So somebody asked me about fees. So we talked about the general notary work fees. So if I'm looking down at my phone, I'm going through my notes. So now we have sign-in services. If you're new to Notary Public Work, I would definitely go get in some Facebook groups. A lot of the Facebook Notary Public group, loan signing groups, a lot of those Facebook groups, they have list of loan signing services that you can sign up with. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. The loan signing services, they lowball your pay. When I say lowball your pay, so usually for loan signings, they charge anywhere from $50 to $100. Now, mind you, matter of fact, I'm gonna just run down the fees, and I'm gonna just say what I gotta say then. So a regular loan signing fee is usually $90 to $100. A full purchase is $90 to $100. A reverse mortgage is $90 to $100. A loan application is typically $50, and a cash deal is $75. Now, this is for signing services. So signing services, they do kind of lowball you, but remember, at the end of the day, you have to spend your own gas. You have to print out the paperwork. You have to use your ink. So loan signing services, don't get me wrong, I do know people who make a nice amount of money working with loan signing services, because they become the loan signing service, like their go-to notary. And when you become their go-to notary, like they still send me text messages all the time. And it's more so the fact, like if I click, like it's pretty much first come, first serve. If you click on it fast enough, they will sign it to you and give it to you. But also the other thing about loan signings services is sometimes you can get the documents up into an hour or two before you leave. And it's just like, I can't work like that. I like to prep my documents, get it together, make sure nothing is missing in the documentation. But if you get your documents an hour before you have to leave, and you still have to print out 2 copies and still go through all the copies, because your client gets a copy, and you still have to, of course, have a copy for the signing services, and you have to turn them in. Sometimes they want e-fax. So e-fax isn't an actual fax, it's actually scanning in the documents. So sometimes with signing services, you can get that up until an hour before you actually have to leave for your actual signing. And if your signing is an hour away, now you got to contact the client that, hey, I'm gonna be late because documents was late. So now that kind of not looks bad on you, but just on the whole. So now you're signing where it probably took you 30 minutes. Now it's going to take you even longer than that, because now you had to wait for documents. So I did want to touch on that for loan signing services. You more so get like the lowball in, because at the end of the day, the signing services is putting it out there more so because their preferred go-to notary didn't take the assignment fast enough, if that makes sense. So they dinged or probably called their go-to notary first. They could have been busy and they can't take it. So that's when the signing services sends out text messages, and it's more so like first come, first serve. Whoever hits on a link first, you'll get the sign. And if you don't, you just got to wait for the next one. But I am going to say sign up for as many signing services as you can. They say sign up for at least 50 or more. That's a lot. I'm not signed up with that many, to be honest with you guys, but I do get some to my phone. It's just every time they send them to me, I'm usually at work. So now I want to talk about direct, because I know a couple of people was like, great information. They more so want to know about the loan signing side. So the loan signing side, when you go direct, you are working for yourself. So I'm going to say, since you are working for yourself, now mind you, for loan signings, you're printing out 160 pages just or less on one loan signing. So, you had to print out 2 copies. So 160 times your paper with your ink and all that stuff. So I think either in this video or next video, I don't know, I'm going to insert a clip that I did a commercial refinance for a company or whatever. And not whatever, but I did a refinance for a commercial property, and me and the client, we met at Starbucks. It took me 30 minutes to get there. I got all the information that I needed, sent it over to him. We finished the signing within 30 minutes. So 30 minutes of work. I got paid, I forget how much that was. Hold on. I believe it was, my other phone is about to die, so I'm trying to do this as fast as I can, y'all. Because all my fees are in my business phone. This is my business phone, so I'm just trying to. So for 30 minutes of work, I got paid $175. Now that was me printing out the documents, signing the documents. They usually give you the shipping label where you have to turn it back to UPS. So if I have time and I can make the UPS store that night, I would definitely make the store that night. So it shows like, okay, she has a fast turnaround time, so we're going to use her again. So I want to talk about the fees when you're direct. So pretty much when you're direct, I feel like it is a great importance that you guys have the highest amount of E&O insurance because you're working for yourself. So you want to make sure your butt is covered. The highest or when you go direct, they say you should at least have $100,000 of E&O insurance if you're going to work direct by yourself. So usually I charge once and now. These are the numbers that I like to stay around. Some people might charge more for a refinance and things of that nature. Now, this particular company that I had worked for, they didn't ask me, well, what was your fee before I did the signing? They said, well, we need the signing done. When you finish the signing, let me know how much send me an invoice and let me know how much your fee was. They didn't say, oh, well, how much was your fee? Oh, no, that's too high. We had somebody else. They didn't do none of that. I sent the invoice in. I got my check in the mail. I sent the documents off. By that Friday, I had my $175 check in the mail. So they didn't say, no, that's too much, that's too less. So usually for a loan signing, they say you're able to charge between $120 to $200, depending on you. You know, if you feel pretty much, you set your own price pretty much. But for my refinance, I did $175. So now for a loan signing, you can charge $150. This is just ballpark number. So between $125 and $200 is what you can charge. These are just the fees that I want to go with for myself, for my business. Refinance, I charge $175 for my last one, but you could charge $175 to $200. A full purchase can be $150. A reverse mortgage is $150. A loan application, because is typically usually not that many pages, $75. And a cash deal, you might charge $100. Now, when I say direct, I mean direct as far as somebody might have seen your Instagram, or somebody needs to get a loan signing done ASAP and they don't have no other choice, so they're going to contact you. You can either already have, like for me, this is in my notes, so I already know my set fees, so I send you my fees. It's either you take it or you don't. Now, if you need the business and you want to say, if they say, you know, that's too much, can you mind doing it for this? If you want to, you can. But like I said, at the end of the day, you're working for yourself. You still got to drive there. You still got to print out two packets. You have to sign, send it back to UPS. So all of those factors, you have to factor in all those things when you're actually like setting up your fees. Now, this is for loan signing. So loan signing fees will definitely be different than general notary fees. General notary work, you have to go based off your state. And also, I want to say this. I'm in a Facebook group for the loan signing system, like New Jersey people. Now, I'm South Jersey. So from what I hear, South Jersey fees and what North Jersey or Central Jersey can do are a little bit different, not too much, but from what I read, like in my Facebook group, was that some things were just a little bit different from South Jersey to Central/North Jersey. So if I was like South Jersey, if I was Central or North Jersey, I would just read up on like what you guys can do and can't do, because from what I heard from in a group just reading is South Jersey is a little bit different than Central and North Jersey. So I would just read up on those things. But what I do is I usually compile a list of like my fees and stuff. Like I have my emails and stuff in my notes. So if somebody does reach out to me, it's not a long response for me to get back. I shoot them, hey, these are my fees, I'm available set X, Y, and Z dates. Let me know if that works for you. They can either say yes, no, that's not too much of a fee. Like I said, this person needed the documents done ASAP. So they sent me over the documents. They never even asked me my price, sent me over the documents. I sent over the invoice and my check. She said, great, thanks. Everything looks great. Check is in the mail. Boop. That was it. For 30 minutes of work, 30 minutes it took to do the signing. I found the UPS store that opened up late on my way back home. Now I do know some people might charge a, what's the word I'm looking for? Some people might charge a drop-off fee, if that's what I want to say. Some people might charge a drop-off fee, but it was on my route going home, so why would I charge extra for that? Some people do that. I guess it would be considered a travel fee, but I feel like for loan signings, you don't necessarily have to do that because you can charge that in your fee. That's why I charged $175. Between printing out the paper, I still had to buy paper, I still had to buy ink. It takes me gas to get there, and I still have to spend my time to do the signing. So I felt like it wasn't that many pages. I felt like $175 for me was reasonable because it wasn't that far. I was already in that area, so it wasn't too bad. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to hit them on the head so they can still keep using you. But for refinance, I think $175 is okay. So it was something else that I wanted to mention. Yeah, definitely make sure your E&O insurance, which is errors and omission insurance, is definitely high when you're going to be direct and work for yourself. That's just to cover your butt if, or in the case something happens with the loan signing, you know, you're able to cover your butt because you have your E&O insurance. Now, I personally got my E&O insurance through the NNA. Some people don't use the NNA insurance. They use other insurance. I just felt like it was easier. All my stuff is in one spot, right? So everything is on one spot. I know if I have a problem, I could just call the NNA to go through it. Not say you can't use other E&O insurances, but I feel like it wasn't that bad. I think it was like, if I'm not mistaken, like maybe between $20 and $50 for the whole. I think it's good for a year, or don't quote me, y'all. I think it's good for a year. I don't know. I got to look that up. But I got my E&O insurance through the NNA. They actually have different packages. But you do need to become a notary public first. After you become a notary public, you're able to put loan signing under that notary public. And also for the state of New Jersey, we did just get approved to become a RON. So that's for remote online notary. Now, I started to look into that, but from what I hear, you have to sign up with like different, you have to sign up with a company first before you can apply for your RON, which I did hear they take out a high fee from what I heard. I'm going to try to look more into it because I would actually like to start that this summer with my remote notary. But yeah, it has to be like New Jersey approved that you can work with that state, because being as though it's new for New Jersey, we can do remote online notary work now. But I do hear the companies that you work with, they, of course, like any service that you sign up with, like for a signing service, the remote online notary, they're going to take out a fee of what you make also. But you can use that for your purposes and the company that you actually work with. I just need to find a company to work with to do my remote online notary, so I can add that under my Notary Public certification. So I hope that was helpful, guys. I know it's been a while, so if you have any more questions, I will be glad to do another video. If you guys have any more questions, I'm going to work on maybe my remote notary. I'm also a college student too. I'm also a college student also. So my semester is almost over. So I really haven't been taking too many signings, but this summer it's time to get the ball rolling because I'm going to be on break. But sorry guys, I'm going to be on break. So it's time to get some signings in again. So I hope that was informative for you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.